Hey, so I just learned something that I want to pass along that I think is profound, because a lot of us carry around grudges and negative feelings sometimes for people, and we may not even mean to. It just kind of happens naturally. I think everybody we meet, everybody we know, we have two lists that work with these people. And this is my philosophy, my observation. I think you'll find this to be true. We have two lists of things that we carry around deep inside our head. This is a mental thing. With everyone that we know, we have a list of things we like and a list of things we don't like. There isn't anybody that has a perfect list of things we like, and there isn't anybody that we have that has a perfect list of things we don't like. We have two lists for everybody, and sometimes the list is heavy weighted on one side and light on the other, and sometimes it's just the opposite. It's heavy on the other side and light on the list of positives. You get the idea. But here's what happens. As we go through life, sometimes people bother us, right? And sometimes the list of negatives gets fills up suddenly. Somebody does something, it pushes us over the limit. Something happens that the negative list kind of overpowers the positive list. So in that moment, all of a sudden, we dislike that person. We have negative feelings. We don't give them the benefit of the doubt. We're short-tempered with them. Our kids will do this. They'll grind on us, and then as parents, sometimes we flip. And we're like, okay, you're not getting anything. You're grounded, no friends, and we go into these extreme modes of, all right, you're not getting anything, and you're done. I don't know if you've ever felt that way, but I know I have with my kids. But then there's other days where we're just like so happy, and the kids, they have these little moments. We're like, you know what, it's going to be okay. You're still great, and we handle things just right, and we're glad about how we handle things, and we feel good about our progress. And then other days we just totally drop the ball. Well, I think this is what's happening. These two lists, you've got the negatives, something happens, pushes you over, and all of a sudden that negative list clouds out the positive list. And then on the good days, the positive list clouds out the negative list. They just kind of cloud each other out on different days. So why is that happening, and how do we fix it, right? Because we don't want to have to go through life being negative. I think most of us that are negative, we don't want to be negative. Nobody seeks out negativity. Nobody wakes up going, gosh, I hope today I can be negative. Everybody wants to be positive, but so few people are. So how do we fix that? Well, it's not because we don't want it, as I already said. It's because we just don't know how, or we're not aware of what's going on in our little brains and in our hearts and other places that are causing this to happen. So the lack of awareness, the lack of education keeps us from knowing how to fix it. Does that make sense? It's kind of like we're just kind of being ignorant. And so because we feel a certain way, or because something happened or whatever, we flip out and we're negative, and then all of a sudden, no matter what that person does, they just can't get it right. And it's not that they've changed, and it's not that they're any better or any worse. It's that our negative list has now officially clouded out the positive list. That's what's going on, okay? So how do we fix that? Well, great question. Here's what I recommend. If you're feeling negative about someone, if this ever happens, take 5 minutes, stop, sit down, pull out a piece of paper, and write out all of the things you like most about that person. It's not the time, actually the time you feel like it's the last thing that you want to do, right? You're sitting down and writing out positive things when you want to slug them in the throat, yank out their jugular. It's not something like, I want to sit down and write out all the positive things. No, that's exactly why you need to do it, okay? It's exactly why, because what it's going to do is it's going to shift your mindset. Again, what I said earlier, it's not that they became worse. It's that the list in your brain became bigger and clouded out the other list. That's what happened. So this person may have messed up. Their intentions may have been good. You don't know, you can't make a judgment. We all know this. You can't judge people's situations. We all throw that phrase around, but so few of us really hold to it. So because we don't know all the facts when we make our judgments, the best thing that we can do is change our inner mindset. And the way that you do that is by looking for the good. So force yourself by sitting down, and even if it's just 10 things, okay? And you might say to yourself, there's no way I can come up with 10 things about this person that I even remotely like. Well, that's just not true. I'm not buying it. you can come up with 10 things. My kids have tried that on me. They'll say, oh, I can't come up with, yeah, you can. You just haven't given it enough thought. And actually, if you do give it enough thought, you might be surprised at what you do find. And that's exactly why you need to do the exercise. So there you go. A quick fix, 5 minutes. If you're feeling negative about somebody, stop, take a break, pull out a piece of paper, write out 10 things you like most about that person. That's it. It might be the way they comb their hair. It might be the way that their breath smells good. You know, you might have to dig a little. You might have to stretch a little to get yourself to come up with these, but you can come up with them. Absolutely. We can come up with 10 things to say, good things, to say about anyone in the world. I don't care who they are. There are 10 good things you can say about somebody. Once you get through that exercise, your mind will start to shift just a little bit because it'll clear out a little bit of the fog from that negative list and make way for the positive list. And then, although they may not be a perfect person in your mind and in your world, that's okay. The goal here is to change your mindset so you're not carrying around that negativity, so you can release it. And when you feel a little bit of positivity, even if it's just 10 items worth, a little bit of that positivity, it's just enough for you not to carry around the negativity, because you say, you know, there is some good in that person. I'm not going to be best friends, and I'm not going to hang out with them this weekend or whatever, but there is enough good in that person that I can release my negativity, not carry around a grudge, get on with my day. So there you have it. Quick tip. I hope you put that into practice, and I hope it changes your life like some of the other things that I've been recommending. Thanks for following, and I'll talk to you next time.